My daughter made me hate myself for the first time in my life. I'm 42 and my daughter Kira is 19. Her father Grant and I were together for 2 years when I got pregnant. He didn't want kids. He offered me money to end it, $10,000. When I refused, he had his lawyer draw up papers. I signed away any right to child support or contact in exchange for him walking away clean. I told Kira he died before she was born, a car accident. I thought it was kinder than the truth. For 19 years, I was both parents. I worked doubles at the hospital. I missed her school plays, covering shifts to pay rent. I learned to braid hair from YouTube. I gave her everything I had, and I never once told her that her father chose to erase her before she was even born. Last night, she came home at midnight, didn't say hello, just walked past me to her room. I called after her, asked if she wanted tea. She didn't answer. I heard her door close. Not a slam, just a quiet click that somehow felt worse. This morning, she was at the kitchen table with her laptop open. She didn't look up when I walked in. Then she looked at me like I was someone she used to know. She asked me when I was going to tell her about Grant. My stomach dropped. She turned the laptop toward me. Facebook, Grant Holloway. There he was. Older, graying, but unmistakably him. His arms around two teenagers, a boy and a girl. The caption said, "Blessed with these two." His location said he lived 2 towns over, 23 miles away. For 19 years, he'd been 23 miles away. She'd done a DNA test. Got a match for a half-sister. The girl in the photo, they'd been messaging for 3 weeks. The girl told Kira that their dad never mentioned having another daughter. Kira asked him about me. He said yes, he knew a woman with my name a long time ago. He didn't ask about Kira, didn't ask to meet her, just said that chapter of his life was closed. Kira asked me if I knew he was alive. I couldn't lie anymore. I told her yes. I explained that he didn't want her, that I was protecting her from that pain. She asked if I'd kept her from him, or if he'd wanted nothing to do with us. I told her the truth, all of it. The money, the papers, his lawyer, how he'd wanted me to get rid of her. She didn't cry, she just nodded slowly. Then she said I robbed her of the truth, that I made her grieve someone who was alive, that every Father's Day, every school event where other kids had dads, she thought hers was dead when really he just didn't want her. She said at least if I'd told her, she could have processed it, could have decided for herself whether to reach out someday. She said I made her live in a fairy tale where her dad was a hero who died tragically, when the truth was, he was just a man who didn't want to be a father. She said those are two completely different losses. One is about death, the other is about worth. Then she said the part that broke me. She said her half-sister has a father who shows up, who coaches soccer and takes her to college tours. That girl has what Kira could never have. But I waited until she was old enough to see his Facebook, to see his whole life, his new family, the children he chose to keep. She said I made her find out that she wasn't enough to make him stay. And learning that at 19, when she can see exactly what he chose instead of her, is so much worse than anything I was protecting her from. She said she wishes I'd just been honest, that she would have rather grown up knowing the truth than spending 19 years grieving a lie, that I didn't protect her. I just delayed the pain and made it worse. She said the worst part is she can't even trust her own childhood now. Every time I told her daddy loved her, but he's watching from heaven. All lies. She left, said she needed space, the apartment is quiet. For 19 years, I did it all without hesitation. Every double shift, every parent-teacher conference alone. I never wanted her to carry the weight of knowing her father looked at her existence and chose money and distance. But standing here, I finally let myself think the thing I'd never allowed before. Maybe she was right. Maybe I didn't protect her from pain. Maybe I just chose which pain she'd feel and when.